Well, this morning, the nominations for the 95th Academy Awards were announced, and there are some high-profile snubs among it, or I suppose not among it. We're joined live right now by Dave Kaplan, the executive editor of 1010 Wins and WCBS. Good to talk to you, David. Thanks for joining us. So let's start here. The sci-fi epic Everything Everywhere All at Once. It is going to try to win Everything Everywhere on March the 12th. 11 nominations here. Michelle Yeoh, Jamie Lee Curtis. Let's start there before we get into the sort of slate of snubs here.
Yeah, what's interesting about this is, first of all, of course, 11 nominations is big. It's very substantial. And, you don't always see a science fiction movie really get so many nominations. It's a little outside kind of, the Academy. They prefer kind of, quote, smarter movies. So that in itself is interesting. It's not this huge blockbuster, big motion studio that people, ran out to see necessarily. So it's a little bit of surprising, and it goes in nicely when we talk about the snubs about these movie stars who get much more appeal at the box office.
Yeah, so let's kick it off with a guy who, according to the movie script, feels the need for speed, but he won't feel the need to put a tux on March 12th. Tom Cruise, Best Picture, yes, but not actor.
Yeah, so Tom Cruise, he was everywhere for Top Gun, the sequel. He was jumping out of planes. He wants to go to space, all this crazy stuff. Long story short, sure, the movie got a Best Picture nomination, as did many other movies, but the movie was shut out of Best Director and Best Actor for Tom Cruise. And you think with all that, with all the cinematography, that at least you'd get an Oscar nom for that. No nomination for cinematography either. So not a lot there. I mean, listen, Best Picture is good, but there are so many elements to this film. We were at least hoping for cinematography or actor.
Right. Okay. Interesting to see what the Academy went with there. Here was one that really stunned us this morning on CB24 Breakfast as the announcement came out that Viola Davis, her role in The Woman King, nod for her, or even for the film for supporting actress. But Viola, I mean, I saw Viola Davis everywhere. Her picture, the talk about this just made my chin drop, my jaw drop.
That was surprising because she's considered sort of, an actor's actor, right? So, and that's what the Academy likes. That's what these other awards, bodies like. So that was really surprising. She really is an actor's favorite. She's a Hollywood favorite. And a film like this, it was really deep. It was intense. These are the movies that typically do well. And you really saw her acting chops there, and let alone the movie. So again, huge surprise, huge actor. People are scratching their heads.
Yeah, that's going to be something people will be talking about, I'm sure, on that night as much as they will in the lead up to it, David. In the meantime, I think about Tom Cruise when I think about Adam Sandler, Tom Hanks, in terms of like the comedic early part of his career, but the last couple of roles have been much more serious. Adam Sandler, a lot of people loved him in Hustle, that basketball drama, but he of course also was snubbed for his amazing role in Uncut Gems a few years ago too. He just can't catch a break, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to try, expand his repertoire. In 2019, you're right, he was snubbed for Uncut Gems. Then, yet again, he's snubbed for Hustle. And this was kind of going to be something where maybe he could go beyond that, his whole comedic shtick that he has, and now we're all so used to. But not this time around. We're going to have to wait for the next one. But you're right, Adam Sandler is at the other end of the spectrum of the Viola Davises and a little bit the Tom Cruises, I guess.
Yeah, I did mean Hanks in terms of, where we saw him to where we see him now, David. But also, in the directing category, no women, only male directors nominated.
Which is so incredible, just given, the tenor in Hollywood over the last years to make sort of, amends, or just really to acknowledge really who is in Hollywood, to expand the representation. So to see this year, it's like, what? It's like kind of taking a step backward. So exactly right. Only men were nominated in the female directors category, which is really shocking because Hollywood was kind of patting themselves on the back last year and the year before when the Oscars had more female representation in the directors category. And obviously, there were female directors this year, so that's also a little curious.
Yeah, curious indeed. Now, Brad Pitt did snag an Oscar, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but a lot of people thought maybe his Babylon role would get him at least another nod, but that didn't happen.
Nope, maybe his magic is running out here. Something. But nothing for him for this year. He may still go, even though the rule is you don't go if you're not nominated. But again, huge star, just another one that likely won't be there. I mean, are they really the Oscars if you don't have a Tom Cruise, if you don't have a Brad Pitt, the likes of that? They better be walking the carpet or a lot of people won't want to go. So it'll be interesting really quickly to see what the ratings are this year, because last year the ratings were actually 50% higher than the previous year, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do that same jump.
And we'll see if there's any slapping around in this one. Okay, David Kaplan, executive editor of 1010 Wins and WCBS. Thanks for joining us and breaking down the situation Oscar-wise as we lead up to March the 12th. Appreciate the time.
All right, thanks a lot.